Okay, The Mechanic. This is another great Jason Statham movie. The plot for the most part is fairly simple. Jason Statham is a mechanic, or a very, very good, very meticulous hitman. The opening death sequence sets a slightly different tone. You think it's going to be a lot more of a, I'd say, more like a cloak and dagger sort of hitman job. But then, when he goes to do his next one, it's with someone that he knows. And then the rest of the movie is him essentially training his own protege. Now, it's not till later on that his protege actually finds out that Jason Statham's, one of his last hits, was something very, very personal. And of course, if you've seen the trailers for it, they do mention, that it's always business until it's personal. And that's all of a sudden when the giant conspiracy around, why he was chosen to knock off his second major kill in the movie. And this has got some, fairly decent twists and turns to it. Nothing, severely over the top when it comes to the screenplay or the script, but it's solid. And this movie has got some violence to it. When Statham's protege does his first assignment, he doesn't do exactly what Statham tells him to. He does make it like really clean. Instead, he decides that he wants to try to fight this guy like mano a mano. Now, Jason Statham is like 5'8", 5'10". His protege is shorter. And the guy he's going after is like a 6'8", 300-pound guy. That is just a massive mountain of a man. That is an undeniably brutal fight sequence. I do like when movies do fight sequences that are very real. It's not just like, one punch and then he's down. And you can tell the difference between someone who's a trained mechanic who's more of an assassin, and someone who kind of falls more into kind of like a killer sort of range. So a lot of it is Statham's very methodical, very precise approach, and the person that he's kind of training, who has a lot more of a, perhaps there's a little bit of sloppiness to it. There's a lot more anger and rage involved with it. And those two play off each other very, very well. So it does kind of have that like violent buddy flick feeling going for it. And it really does seem like this is one of those movies that, when Statham's given a better script, he really can show that he does have probably enough of an acting range, enough of a screen presence and charisma to take him from like, the B plus of acting in movies to probably take him almost to an A-list star. These movies are a great vehicle for him. You got good action. There is a sex scene fairly early on, but it's the only one. So yes, you do get to see, lots of alcohol consumption. I think you see a woman's butt 3 times, and you do see some drug use. And they do, of course, mention that there also is some nudity as well that's shown on a video screen. But this is violent. This falls more into like a more realistic. If people get shot, they do show a decent amount of blood splat. People do get shot in the head. A guy does kind of get the front of a garbage truck driven through the side of his face. So it's a bit more on the gruesome side. There's a fight that takes place inside an airport shuttle bus. That's got a little bit of a gruesome edge to it for a mainstream action movie. Not quite like History of Violence or anything you see from Japan, but for a standard American audience, this has got some violence to it. Not quite Grindhouse. It's not over the top. It's realistic. It's gritty, And I'll be honest, this was actually a really fun time at the movies. And that's the mechanic.